Hello and good evening. You're watching the live broadcast at 9 p.m. on Sansad TV. This is the news with me, Bhawna Nayar. Let's get started with the top 5 stories that are making headlines this evening. Khadi, an inspiration to achieve the dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in Khadi Utsav in Ahmedabad. Inaugurates Atal Bridge on Sabarmati River. Political fate of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren hangs in balance. UPA MLAs return to Ranchi after a visit to a guest house in Khunti. Meetings continue to chalk out strategy. Justice Uday Umesh Lalit sworn in as 49th Chief Justice of India by President Draupadi Murmu. He will have a short tenure of 74 days. Final checks ahead of demolition of Noida's Twin Towers complete. A 100-meter long cable to connect the structure to the exploder. Building to be razed to the ground in a mere 12 seconds. An Asia Cup kicks off today. Sri Lanka takes on Afghanistan in a series opener. India to face arch rival Pakistan tomorrow. Some more important news in brief now. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari pitches for rate rationalization for power purchase. Some states do not give appropriate rates in accordance with the policy of the federal government, says the minister. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade reviews 40 critical infrastructure projects across India. 5 senior Congress leaders from Jammu and Kashmir quit party after the resignation of Ghulam Nabi Azad. The Delhi High Court has pulled up the CBSE for arbitrariness and lapse on its part in not informing Class 12 students about the change in weightage formula for the preparation of the final result. Country's export of pharmaceutical products has increased by 146% in April to July this year over the same period in 2013 to 2014. The Border Security Force arrests a Pakistani national trying to cross the international border in the Arnia sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Nothing incriminating found. Getting India to Net Zero report says India will require an investment of $10.1 trillion if it is to achieve its net zero emissions target by 2070. $13.5 trillion investment can meet the target by 2050. Argentina interested in acquiring Tejas fighter aircraft for its air force. The talks on Tejas feature during EAM S. Jaishankar's 2-day official visit. The United States is planning to appoint an ambassador for the Arctic amid increased Russian military activity in the region. US pharma major Moderna is suing Pfizer and German partner BioNTech for patent infringement linked to the development of the first COVID-19 vaccines. And top news at 9 today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Khadi can become a source of inspiration for a developed and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Speaking during the Khadi Utsav at the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad, he said that the thread of Khadi had inspired the freedom movement. He said that women-made power is a major contributor to the growing strength of India's Khadi industry. The Prime Minister said that Khadi is an example of sustainable and eco-friendly clothing. Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated a foot-over bridge named Atal Bridge on the Sabarmati River.
जो देश अपना इतिहास भूल जाते हैं, वो देश नया इतिहास बना भी नहीं पाते। खादी हमारे इतिहास का, हमारी विरासत का अभिन्न हिस्सा है। जब हम अपनी विरासत पर गर्व करते हैं, तो दुनिया भी उसे मान और सम्मान देती है।
Khadi Utsav has been organized as part of the centre's Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. As many as 7,500 women khadi artisans created a record on this occasion by spinning charkha at the same time and place. During the event, Prime Minister Modi also spun yarn at the charkha. He also encouraged the people to buy and gift khadi products. Moving on, Justice Uday Umesh Lalit was sworn in as the 49th Chief Justice of India today. President Draupadi Murmu administered him the oath during the brief ceremony held at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Justice Lalit has succeeded Justice N.V. Ramana, who retired yesterday. As the CJI, Justice Lalit will have a short tenure of 74 days and would demit office on November 8 on attaining the age of 65 years. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, former President Ramnath Kovind, former Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Union Ministers including Kiran Rijiju were present at the ceremony. And another major headline, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that the Narendra Modi government has adopted zero-tolerance policy against terrorism and therefore the government left no stone unturned to strengthen the NIA. He said this at the inauguration of the office building of the NIA's Raipur branch in Chhattisgarh. He asserted that the National Investigation Agency will have branches in all states by May 2024. He said the union government has also strengthened anti-terror laws, anti-terror investigation agencies and increased conviction rate in such crimes. He stated that in cases handled by NIA, the conviction rate has reached 94% from 75% in 2014.
हर संभव ये प्रयास रहा कि आतंकवाद संबंधी सारी सूचनाओं को इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी राज्यों के साथ साझा किया जाए। आतंकवाद विरोधी जितने भी कानून हैं, आतंकवाद को सपोर्टिव जितनी भी एक्टिविटी है, इसके खिलाफ जितने कानून हैं, वो सभी कानूनों को पुख्ता और सख्त बनाया जाए।
The final checkup of explosives and other arrangements for demolition of Super X illegal twin towers in Noida on Sunday was carried out today. Placement of explosives and connecting them is already done. The only work remaining is to interconnect the buildings and to place a 100-meter long cable from the structures to the exploder from where the button would be pressed on Sunday. Over 3,700 kilogram explosives will be used to raise down the nearly 100-meter tail structures. The demolition is being carried out after a Supreme Court order that found their construction within the Emerald Court Society premises in violation of norms. Around 5,000 residents of Emerald Court and adjoining ATS village societies will have to vacate their premises along with their 3,000 vehicles by 7 a.m. on Sunday. Diversions would be placed on roads leading to the Twin Towers in Noida, Sector 93A, from Sunday morning. The Noida-Greater Noida Expressway would be closed from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Around 400 police personnel would be deployed along with PAC and NDRF personnel. Government and private hospitals have also been asked to prepare for any medical emergency.
कितनी ड्यूरेशन का होगा, कितने सेकंड्स का होगा?
I already told you it will be 12 seconds. थोड़ा challenging है, but we like challenges. उसके लिए we are very prepared and it will go as per our plan. तो भी हमने precautions लिए हैं, तो मैं आजू-बाजू के residents को यही बोलना चाहूँगा, please don't be afraid. The best team in the world is working for this project and we hope everything goes right.
And news coming in from Jharkhand now. The political crisis in Jharkhand is deepening with uncertainty over Chief Minister Hemant Soren's fate as an MLA. Soren held 3 meetings in 36 hours with MLAs of the ruling alliance at his residence to chalk out a strategy to deal with the emerging scenario. After the meeting, the MLA arrived at a guest house near Latratu Dam. Soren and the MLAs of the JMM Congress RJD coalition left on 3 buses that were guarded by security personnel. All MLAs and the Chief Minister returned to Ranchi in the evening. The developments took place after the Election Commission sent its opinion to Jharkhand Governor Ramesh Bais on Thursday on a plea. The plea sought Soren's disqualification as an MLA for violating electoral norms by extending a mining lease to himself. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla visited the Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology during his visit to the United States on Saturday. During his visit, he interacted with the faculties, resource persons and students there. Birla also interacted with the Indian students studying in the prestigious institutions in Boston in the US. He emphasized on the need for more world-class universities to translate dreams of the youth into reality. He also interacted with members of the Indian diaspora in Boston. Birla shared the country's growth story and said that Indian diaspora is held in high esteem across the world due to their work ethics and culture. The Congress Working Committee will meet on Sunday to approve the schedule for the election of the next party president. This comes in the backdrop of party veteran Ghulam Nabi Azad's resignation on Friday. In October last year, the Congress announced that the election of the new party president will be held between August 21 and September 20 this year. The CWC had decided that elections for block committees will be held from April 16 to May 31. District committee chiefs will be elected between June 1 and July 20. The party had said that elections for the state chiefs and AICC members would be held between July 21 and August 20. Slipping into a short break here, on the other side. An exhibition in London where fans of the popular movie franchise Jurassic World can get close with personnel with its prehistoric stars. All this and much more. You stay tuned to Sansad TV for more news.
This defense diplomacy from the perspective of defense cooperation, a whole lot of military to military engagements that are taking place for crisis management or keeping the international situation stable.
Defense is a very integral part of the foreign establishment. We should have one big element in our international diplomacy is to train officers of different countries.
Something which doesn't get enough attention in all our discourse on diplomacy. The element of military or defense in our diplomatic initiatives.
अरे बड़का पहाड़ धान हमर धान के बंधार चला रे भैया बहन धन रुके चाला चला रे भैया बहन धन रुके चाला चला रे भाई बहन।
झारखंड की टूंडाहुली पंचायत ने गांव में लगाई 7 सामाजिक कुरीतियों पर बंदिश। इन बंदिशों ने दिखाया असर, गांव हुआ आत्मनिर्भर। सड़क और इंफ्रा विकास की मिसाल बनी पंचायत। गांव में हर किसी के पास अब है रोजगार।
गांव के नौजवान, बड़े बुजुर्ग या महिला पुरुष में जब तक संस्कार ना हो, शिक्षा ना हो, हाथ में हुनर नहीं होगा, तब मेरा गांव आगे नहीं डेवलप कर सकता।
देखिए लोकतंत्र मेरी ताकत, झारखंड की टूंडाहुली पंचायत, मंगलवार शाम 7:30 बजे सिर्फ संसद टीवी पर।
Welcome back. Thanks for staying in. You're watching the news, and time now for all the big developments from the Russia-Ukraine war front that has now entered its 7th month. Ukraine has exported 1 million tons of grains from its Black Sea ports under the terms of a grain deal brokered by Turkey and the United Nations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said. He stated that 44 ships had been sent to 15 nations, while a further 70 applications for ships to be loaded had been received. He reiterated that Kyiv's goal was to export 3 million tons a month. Russia has blocked agreement on the final document of a 4-week review of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. The treaty had criticized Russia's military takeover of Europe's largest nuclear plant soon after the troops invaded Ukraine. The NPT, with its 191 signatories review every 5 years, aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promotes complete disarmament. Ukrainian president said that the situation at the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant remains very risky and dangerous, even after its 2 working nuclear reactors were reconnected on Friday. He also reiterated his demand for International Atomic Energy Agency to be allowed to visit the plant as soon as possible. Britain's defense ministry said that it was giving 6 underwater drones to Ukraine to help clear its coastline of mines and make grain shipments safer. In a statement, the ministry said that the Britain's Royal Navy has begun training Ukrainian sailors to use subaquatic mine hunter sonar-powered drones. Russia is attacking not just Ukraine's forces and infrastructure, but is also targeting to convert its education system. The schools in occupied regions are switching to Russian programs to teach students. How? Here is a report.
Schools in the Russian-controlled Donetsk region in Ukraine are preparing to start a new school year. Only this time, the students will enroll under a Russian program and with Russian textbooks. Shipments of new Russian textbooks have already been delivered at schools in the rebel-controlled Donetsk and occupied Mariupol. The Prime Minister of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, Vitaly Kotsenko, said Russian textbooks will be supplied for all grades. Larisa Volodyuk, a librarian at a Mariupol school, said there are no Ukrainian books left in the storage and all new textbooks are in Russian from 2022 onwards. Russia had started supplying books for teachers in Mariupol in June itself. By the 1st of September, all students are likely to receive their textbooks in Russian. The Russian forces had destroyed Ukrainian books from libraries and schools in the occupied areas, terming their content as extremist. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
And time now for some other global updates. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has called Canada a perfect partner for Germany. Scholz has complimented Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and said that he had clear ideas about the future that fits with Germany's view. Scholz has recently returned from a 3-day trip to Canada where he signed a hydrogen deal. Germany is trying to diversify its energy supply after the Russia-Ukraine war. North Koreans marked the 62nd anniversary of its former leader Kim Jong-il's military-first policy. A video was released today by the state media of the celebrations of the anniversary in Pyongyang on August 15. North Korean people participated in a massive outdoor dance party to celebrate. People also offered flowers to the statues of former leaders Kim Jong-il and father Kim Yo-song. French President Emmanuel Macron confirmed a series of agreements that had reached between France and Algeria. He said that some agreements will also benefit the youth and business community in both countries. Macron is on a 3-day visit to Algeria, which is meant to reset the relations between the two countries after the diplomatic relations broke down last year over visa issues. Spokesman of the United Nations Secretary General Stephen Dujarric urged the world for concerted efforts to mitigate climate changes. Speaking at a press briefing, he said that the world had undergone a pendulum swing between drought and deluge this summer, proving that the urgency of climate crisis. He called for governments of the world to confront the crisis and take concrete actions against climate change to lower carbon emissions. And now flash floods that had triggered Pakistan by heavy monsoon rains across much of Pakistan have killed around 1,000 people and injured and displaced thousands more since mid-June. The new death toll came a day after Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif asked for international help in battling deadly flood damage. The monsoon season has lashed Pakistan with particularly heavy rains this year, and rescues have struggled to evacuate people from flood-hit areas. The crisis has forced the government to declare the state of emergency. And a positive story now. A high-tech dinosaur exhibition is underway in London. Jurassic World, the exhibition lets fans of the popular movie franchise get up close and personal with its prehistoric stars. Take a look.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex is on the loose. It's part of the Jurassic World, the exhibition, an immersive experience featuring actors and animatronic dinosaurs. The 20,000 square feet of exhibition space is dedicated to all things Jurassic. At the gates, a giant Brachiosaurus confronts visitors. Cutting-edge animatronic dinosaurs let the fans get close with sound effects and state-of-the-art lighting. Besides the towering monsters, cuddly baby dinosaurs offer a perfect Instagram snap. Despite the loud roars and close proximity to man-eating monsters, the event is for all ages. Baby Bumpy from Netflix series Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is a particular favorite. There's even the option to get touchy-feely with a dinosaur poo. Gloves are provided, of course. The film franchise began in 1993 with the release of Jurassic Park in cinemas. There are now 6 full-length Jurassic World movies, the latest being Jurassic World Dominion that was released this year. The success of the franchise has spawned video game tie-ins, Lego toys, and even theme park rides. Jurassic World, the exhibition, first opened in Melbourne in Australia and has since visited Chicago, Paris, Madrid, Seoul, and Shanghai on its world tour. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
Exhibition of Jurassic World, it's time now to take a look at all the sporting action happening in the field of sports. Olympic champion javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra became the first Indian to clinch a Diamond League meet title by winning the Lausanne leg. Chopra hurled the spear 89.04 meters in his first attempt to seal the win in style. This also qualifies Chopra for the Diamond League finals in Zurich. Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty signed off with a maiden bronze medal in the men's doubles competition of the World Championships. The Indian pair went down narrowly to Malaysia's Aaron Chia and So Wui Yik 22-20, 18-21, 16-21 in the semi-finals. World Football Governing Body FIFA lifted the ban imposed on the All India Football Federation after the Supreme Court terminated the mandate of the Committee of Administrators COA, clearing the decks for India to host the Women's U17 World Cup in October. India will take on arch rivals Pakistan in their first match of the Asia Cup cricket tournament tomorrow. The eagerly awaited match will take place at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, Dubai, UAE. And 14-time champion Real Madrid opened the defence of their Champions League title with an opening group match at Glasgow against Scottish champions Celtic on September 6. UEFA announced the fixtures today. And on that note, it's a wrap of today's edition of the news. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Sansad TV. Thanks for joining in. See you on Monday now for more news. Good night. Namaskar.